Welcome back, my dear friends, to the another part of this Spring Boot tutorial. So in previous tutorial, we have seen how to create our first API. In this video, I'll explain a few annotations that we have used during our creation of API. And apart from that, I will also cover basics of how things are working. So this is my application and this is running on 9090 port. You have already seen these things in previous video. And this is my basic API that we created in a previous video. So first I'll start with the main method from where the execution starts. So let me explain the first annotation, that is @Spring Boot application annotation. So if I explain it practically, it is combination of few annotations. And what is the work it is doing is basically when you see that there is one class called my controller, and there also I have used one annotation called @REST controller. So wherever you will be using a different annotation in your classes, that has to be brought to the application context. And another thing is, you can see that without our configuration, this Tomcat is starting at 9090 port. So basically internally, who is taking care of these things? Apart from these things also, you can see in our dependencies, we have various dependencies. So who is configuring all these dependencies and who is setting this port and all? Someone has to take care of all these things. So basically this annotation, that is @Spring Boot application annotation, is taking care all of these applications. So this is one of the major annotation which we are using in this application. If you are not getting this, then there is not an issue at all. You can explore it later, or in later videos I'll explain it in detail. Let me explain another annotation, that is @REST controller. So this annotation represents us that this is our controller class. I don't want to go into theoretical part of this annotation, but basically if I explain this, this is also combination of two annotations, that is @controller and @request mapping. So basically when you hit your API, like you can see here in Postman, when we hit our API, we get this response. So when you hit this API, this comes to this controller layer. But how does it know that where it has to go? So this annotation takes care of the controller layer where your request comes. Let me explain one more annotation that we have used here, that is @get mapping. So basically it is representing that it is get type of request in HTTP method. There are various type of HTTP request methods that we'll see in this video. Now let us see what are the different types of HTTP methods are there. So I'll talk about some most frequently used HTTP methods, and these are GET request, POST request, PUT request, patch and delete request. So basically apart from these requests, these are most frequently used, but apart from these requests there are also a few HTTP methods are there which are very less frequently used. So those are copy, head, options, link, unlink, purge, lock, unlock. So in this video, my dear friends, we'll mainly focus on what are the most frequently used HTTP methods. And in our Spring Boot application, we will be implementing each one of these HTTP methods. These are very easy, like we have already implemented one GET request. So similarly, we will be implementing all of the other request types. So before I go into the implementation part of each HTTP methods, Let me explain you all of these most frequently used HTTP methods. So let me explain you these most frequently used HTTP methods by taking very simple example. To explain these different HTTP methods, I have taken very simple example of shopping website, that is Amazon. So when you search any product, you get list of items, right? So that is your GET request. By doing this GET request, we can get a list of items. Now coming to the POST request, when you order something, a fresh entry is made in database, whatever database Amazon might be using. So there your order is created and saved. Now coming to the third method, that is put. So suppose you gave a wrong address in your order. So if you want to change it, you can use put request and you can change your address. Now coming to patch request. So basically put and patch both are almost similar. Only difference is when you make a put call, all the entries are changed, whatever you send. And in patch call, only a specific entry is changed. And now coming to the last option, that is delete. So using this delete mapping, you can delete your order, whatever order you have created. So that is all for this video, my dear friends. In next video, I will be implementing each of the HTTP methods. But before the implementation part, we have to connect our project to a database. It might be any database. It might be a Postgres database, MySQL database, whatever you are comfortable with. But we have to, in order to execute every HTTP methods, we have to connect our project to a database. Here in this application, I will be connecting it to MySQL database. That I will be showing you each step in details in the next video. Till then, take care, bye bye, stay happy and keep learning.